Hello everybody and welcome to this episode of Let's Build. Today we're going to be building a spooky house. This house, it kind of takes inspiration from, a Victorian Gothic-y style house, and eventually, we'll get into this. Eventually. Anyway, one of the first houses I ever built in The Sims was a kind of spooky house. Although it was just this 3-story big old box, and I had The Sims 2 and I had just gotten it for Christmas, and this was 2008, I think, and it was fun. I kept on adding windows and stuff like that, and I wondered why it didn't look like the rest of the houses in the world. But, now I've hopefully learned to be a bit better about building things. Because a lot of times you've got to add different shapes, and it's always a good idea to start off with a picture of something you want to have built. That's usually what I do. I like to have a reference of some sort, especially when I'm trying to get the shape down, because I don't know, it kind of tends to look really wonky. I can't remember the name of the building that I looked at for this one. It was somewhere in England, this huge Gothic sort of estate. There's probably a lot of those in England. The sort of manner done in this Gothic revival style that was popular back then. So, like that, this house has a lot of spires and pointy things and a lot of details, certain types of windows. Yeah, I started with the get-together sort of bay windows, but those weren't gonna work. Just because they didn't really look right. So I thought, hey, maybe I can create my own bay type windows. They didn't end up looking like bay windows. They just looked like windows. But that's okay. As you can also see, there's different levels of heights. The lower floor is very tall and the upper floors are short. Eventually in the next video, maybe, that depends on whether or not I want to continue this series, or depends on whether or not you guys are interested at all. What did I do? What did I do? I totally lost my train of thought. Gosh, I hate it when that happens. Oh yes, the upper floor. I changed the height on the upper floor in the next video. So there. So if you guys are wondering why things are late, that's why. It looks like my vampire playthrough thingy with Skyrim isn't doing so well lately, but that probably has to do with I enjoyed making those videos, but I don't know, I've been way more excited to play The Sims 4. I don't know why that happens, but I know that one day I'll just come back to it. That's the thing about these types of games. Certain games, you're just gonna come back after a while. But other times, I just have a certain itch. one of the things that this sort of satisfies, as well as the what is it, perfectionism that I talked about in other videos, is that it allows me to not talk early on, so I can just concentrate and I don't have to think about entertaining people doing only a short amount of playing at a time. I can go for long sessions. I mean, I have been thinking about doing some other games, and if you guys are interested in any of them, please feel free, please tell me, because I'd like to know. But a couple other games I was thinking about playing were Mid Boss. That's a game where you control this demon and you go around and you stomp on people and you possess them. So it's a dungeon crawler type game. And there's this other game that I was looking at playing that's called Kingdoms of Amalur. It's kind of similar to Skyrim, but it's not Skyrim. You can create your own character, but there's not as much customization there. Although, it's a lot more third-person action-y, I guess. It's not a dungeon crawler, it's kind of your standard fantasy, but it's still a pretty fun game. The combat's pretty fun, and stuff like that. Yeah, here I am just trying out different windows. Like, what do I do with these windows? Oh gosh, excuse me. I'm kind of sleepy, I guess. Which windows work? Which windows work? Another thing that I'm not really sure about is how really this whole YouTube thing works. Sometimes when I post a video, like, it gets a ton of views. Other times, nobody cares. It's like, what is going on? So maybe people just aren't interested in that. Which is fine by me. I mean, I wouldn't really want people to watch something they're not interested in. That'd be crazy. Oh gosh, I was looking at the comments on my video earlier today. The latest one, which is the other Let's Build with the collaboration with Princess Hazmat. If you want to check that out, please feel free to do so. It's kind of fun. We build this kind of castle-y thing. Castle/mini village. And so far, it's turning out pretty cool. I love the collaboration. It's been a lot of fun, and I hope that if and when this little series ever ends, that I get to do some more collaborations with her, or maybe even with some other people. I think that would be tremendous fun. It just is. Anyway, what was I saying before this? I don't even remember. That is going to bug me. Oh, yeah. Okay, I was looking at the comments, and gosh, there was this suggested video that's BuzzFeed. And I'm like, no BuzzFeed, I am not clicking on you. I know you can't control but it was suggested for me. It was like, but I don't like BuzzFeed. I've got a list of complaints this long about it, but mostly because they always, this is how most of their videos go. pretty much without fail. These guys do something weird or stupid. And then everybody says at the end, wow, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was. And then you just go, why? Why does this exist? BuzzFeed, why do you exist? I mean, sorry for trashing people, but gosh, it's just the truth. Like, there was this one video that they did, and trust me, I didn't watch the video itself. I watched H3H3, their channel. I watched them review it because I actually like that channel. There was this one girl who showed her boyfriend her dirty pad. Like, what sort of lesson are you trying to teach people with that? Don't. Just no. That's gross. Oh my god. Why? Why? Oh my god. It's like, tell that boyfriend, gosh, he should run. Absolutely run. Like, some of those things, it's just way nutty. And then, like, at the end, we're supposed to go, oh, that's okay. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Like, no, dudes. It's gross. Don't encourage people to do that. Why do... Anyway, that's why I don't watch BuzzFeed. I highly do not recommend BuzzFeed. Gosh, this is almost complete. I'm just adding a few more details here and there. I mean, these sorts of videos become me talking about random things, which is some of the best parts, I think, about these types of videos, especially if you're trying to, like, fall asleep or, I don't know, fall asleep, do something else. It's really nice to have random discussion. I'm sorry, I'm still thinking about that one video. H3H3, that's a pretty cool channel, I guess. I heard that they recently won a lawsuit. I'm not sure what the lawsuit was about, but I'm glad they won it. I don't know why. They seem like pretty nice people. I mean, I did watch a lot of their videos last year, but not so much this year. I don't know. I think this year I've been more focused on gaming related stuff instead of more newsy things, but gosh, that was just a video and a half. But BuzzFeed, why do you exist? I think that this building has a lot of, actually it does have a lot of details. It's not just a I think sort of thing. I like how it turned out in the end. Not that I'm gonna say I absolutely hated it, because if that did happen, I wouldn't be showing it to you. This would be in the recycling bin on my desktop, not on YouTube. But yeah, there's a little plasma tree out front. It's like, how can I, like, what sort of things can I put in the middle there that makes sense? What kind of windows? It's like, I don't know. I don't know. There's so many little vines and things. This is just a viney house with these little red things underneath. And yeah, because I wanted it to look kind of overgrown and a little bit neglected, kind of like some of those older houses do, like you do. I imagine it would be a very difficult house to kind of keep up with. Can you imagine, like, how do they clean the little filigrees and stuff? Do they need to be cleaned? I don't know. It seems like if you had to clean the gutters or something, that would be so much work. I used to live in a big old house when I was really, really little. A big old historical house. But yeah, moved out of there because it was too expensive. There were so many repairs that needed to happen. Oh gosh, and it had so many animals would just end up in there. One of my earliest memories is watching my mom run around the house with this big old net trying to catch a bat because it was just flying around over the place. It was kind of scary too because mom was running around like, oh no, gross, gross, gross. There were also frogs in the attic and stuff like that. I wish I remembered it better, but I was so little when we moved out. I was 4 years old. 4 or 5. So, unfortunately, don't really. It had sort of this back staircase and this nice big old grand entrance with a big old chandelier. Of course, my memory's probably fuzzy on some of the details. It was pretty big. 3 floors plus an attic, kind of like this building here. My mom and dad, especially my dad, really loved historical homes. When I was a baby and before I was born, they tried to restore this, maybe not restore, yeah, I guess restore this house, you know, in this other town nearby. It's really close to where we live. And, yeah, they picked out wallpaper and they did their own wallpaper themselves, and I've seen the pictures of it. It had a lot of this green or something. And I think the kitchen had this sort of striped wallpaper. I'm not sure if I even remember this right. But anyway, a lot of those little memories and things are taken into account here, and that's kind of how I decorate the interior in the next video. And it's still not done because there's 3 flippin' floors here. Sort of do a 1 floor at a time sort of thing. 1 room at a time, really. Yeah, I like this little fountain over here. This statue really reminds me of Nocturnal, you know, from the Thieves Guild. Had to adjust that little thing perfectly. Yeah, and I think we're about done here. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day. Be sure to tell me if any of those games I mentioned sound interesting to you to look at, and leave a like or a comment down below if you enjoyed. And I'll see all of you guys next time. Bye. That house sure would give me nightmares, let me tell you. Sure is spooky to me. Yep. Looking good. Looking good.